It's week.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former second overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota. To throw quickly, here's Mariota. And complete to Drake London.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
But the numbers for London last week:
4 catches, 61 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mariota. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Mariota now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Out come the Commanders to begin their first series, and they'll be led by a 5th-round rookie out of UNC, Sam Howell.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. He hit pay dirt so many times we almost lost track. Every time we turned around, he was in the end zone.
And those weren't all just 1-yard plunges either, partner. I mean, he ripped off a few long jaunts as well.
Now they go play action with Howell.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it.
Here it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Now he'll look to throw it.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run with Robinson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On second down, there's the option going left. Room hit the run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Mariota to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On third down, Mariota. And he caught it up.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's got room.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. The Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on second and long. Mariota got his man complete over the middle. It's Green. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Third down, here's Patterson.
And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down.
On now to punt, here's Bradley Pinion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Thomas brings it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So we've reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he's got some space here.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
First down, Howell to throw.
Open man here, Sims complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Defensively, it didn't seem like anybody had eyes on the quarterback, and he took advantage.
So you think that maybe we're seeing some pretty good instincts for a young guy? Because that's the thing you worry about coming out of college. You're used to getting away with just about anything you want to do. You're just superior. Here, he has to read it, figure it out, and know when it's time to go.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons and Mariota
at their 25-yard line.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Again, Patterson.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Give to Patterson, running to the right. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Handoff, running left, Patterson.
He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Algier.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Steps her, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. On 4th down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. From the 31, Powell. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Powell, Samuel bringing in the slant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Powell throwing on 1st down here. Going right back to Dodson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Chase Young
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Out to his left. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Out of his end zone, Mariota. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. A.J. Green. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah.